So I don't actually ever use my first car as a security question. So I'll talk about it because it's a funny story, even though you meant that as a joke. So the first car that I got was my grandfather's 1970 Ford Galaxie 500, which is about half the size of my house. And when he gave it to me, it looked like it was in kind of okay condition, but um, only five of the eight cylinders were working, and the others were just like pouring gas out the back. And it had a lot of problems. But as a first car, you could probably move a family of five in it, and that was kind of fun. And I remember when I was finally getting rid of it, I had kind of grown to hate it because of its quirks. Uh, yeah, it was a Ford Galaxie 500. If you don't know what that car is, the police used to use those cars, and they used to call them interceptors because they're incredibly durable and incredibly fast. And they used to use them in like chasing down people. Thank you, Peachy. You've got classwork to do tonight. That's okay. You do you. You got to do what you got to do. Good luck on the classwork. But I appreciate you being here. Uh, Peachy is Purple's girlfriend, and they're super cool together. She plays Overwatch with us too, and she's got that's cool, Val. And she's got a whole bunch of pets. Um, some of them exotic. I don't know if she wants me to get into that or not, but so I won't. But she's got all sorts of interesting stuff going on. Fellow lurkers are cool. Um, so I don't know how you pronounce your name, and I apologize for that. But yeah, you do have not too many, but many. Um, Zhao. Zhao. Okay, that's cool. Zhao, were you here for the first stream? Well, you want to lurk, so I don't want to call you out. But if you feel like mentioning, like which of the circles you're in, because I don't recall the username. Okay, well that tells me what circle he's in. That's cool. He or she, they're in. I don't wanna, I don't want to assume. Sweet, sweet. Um, yeah, everybody in the purple community is pretty cool. Um, so that car, when I finally wanted to get rid of it, and I had built up, decent amount of frustration for it, we were basically selling it for scrap. Okay, cool. Um, so I kind of wanted to take a little anger out on it. So I actually took an axe to the hood, and I stuck an axe deep in the hood of the car. Uh, and that was very fulfilling. Yeah. My favorite getting rid of my car story was not even that though. There was a car that I had when I met my wife, and the car had all sorts of problems with starting and ignition. And I used to have that can of ether to like spray in the into the air intake to get it going again, and that horrified her. We also because cargo boom kind of thing, and that car also used to stall a lot. And I always brought it to the dealer. So the dealer had, yeah, Con Mom is my wife, by the way. She's Mrs. Lova. Um, so that car, it would stall a lot, and it was just causing an awful lot of problems with the stalling. So it would just like you stop at a red light and then you press the gas to go again, and it would be like nope. Yeah. So um, I would bring it to the dealer, and they're like, well, we tried it out, nothing's wrong with it. And I always brought it to the same dealer, so they had the complete record. They couldn't claim that it wasn't being maintained. They couldn't claim anything. So when I bought a new car, I brought that in as a trade-in, and I didn't, say, by the way, it's got this problem because they have it on record. It's already got that problem. So the day we were picking up the new car, uh, it stalled at the light turning into the dealer. And I literally coasted the car into the dealer parking lot and just took out the keys and left it. Took off the plates, and that was that. Yeah, I mean, cars are a lot like horses that, they can sense fear. But, this was above and beyond that. It was really, really causing me a lot of problems. We got abandoned more than once where we couldn't get it started easily. And it was a lot of work to start. But the fact that, this dealer that denied that they didn't say they couldn't fix it. They denied that the problem existed. And the fact that I was able to just dump it back into their lap, coasting into their driveway, and leaving it there, was very satisfying. Cars can always behave when they're in the shop. Mine only acted up when it was on the road. Yeah, yeah, that kind of thing happens. I think, some of it is, actual science that a car is going to behave different when it's fully warmed up than when it's, when they're taking it around the block and then calling it a job well done. But, so be it. Yeah. Um, Before I met Con Mom, she had driven mostly Volvos, of one very specific color. She was kind of fixated on that. Still fixated on the color, but we've changed brands since then. And Volvos is supposed to be like super reliable, but some people deny this. But I believe very strongly that the problems that were with my car, and the same problem with her Volvo is you get your gas at some place that you're not familiar with, and it's just evil possessed gas, and the car is never ever the same after that. Because that's really all the problems with my car started all at once after I got gas at this unknown gas station, uh, and hers was the same deal. So I don't know what was in it, or uh, maybe it's like a poltergeist. They built a gas station on an ancient Indian burial ground, and the ghosts are going up into the fuel tanks. I don't know, but now, unless I'm like super desperate, I'll always get my gas from, some name brand gas station. 93 Honda Del Sol has made me work real hard for her to finally start being reliable. 2 years of ups and downs. So you're actually gotten it under control at this point. It's more reliable now. We've got a friend in common, also in the good. Uh, Hopefully, it's because it likes you and not because it fears you. That usually works better. Um, we've got another common friend in our Overwatch circle, Iconoclast, and in fact, we started playing Overwatch together shortly after it came out. So we've been playing Overwatch together for years. He's got I think, 23-year-old BMW, and it's finally getting unreliable enough that he's got to replace it. But he's got car buying. You could say, oh, it's fun to buy a new toy and everything like that, but there's really no part of that process that's pleasant. Uh, all the choices you make and the way you have to buy it and what features and uh, what's going to end up on the sticker that you didn't plan on that they didn't tell you about, stuff like that. So he's been dreading that for a long time. But I think it's finally given up the ghost, and he doesn't have any choice but to replace that. That's good that you got it stable now, though. Yeah, but I'm guessing if the car is I think 23 years old. The engine's probably not the only problem. There's got to be structural stuff after all that time. Yeah, if the body's in good condition, I don't think he's had any accidents or anything like that. So, maybe, maybe I don't know, but I think he's gotten his money's worth out of it because he bought it used too. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people love old Beamers. Uh, I will say for BMW, there's a lot of very expensive cars out there that you're paying most mostly for the name, and there's really not a lot of selling points for them. That they're generally unreliable and very expensive to fix. But BMW, you kind of get like BMW, Audi, you get a lot of good car for that extra money. Um, uh, Same thing for like Acura. Very reliable, uh, and generally worth it if you can afford something like that. Used BMWs, there's a lot of them out there because a lot of the, as you say, the older ones do last forever.